diversity and natural resources. However, since gaining political independence from British colonial rule in 1960, Nigeria's growth has been severely hampered by two intertwining issues. One, religious fanaticism and ethnic bigotry. These factors have not only undermined national cohesion, but have also stifled economic development, political stability, and social harmony. Upon gaining independence in 1960, Nigeria inherited a colonial legacy that divided its multi-ethnic population into regions often polarized by ethnicity and religion. The three major ethnic groups, Hausa in the north, Yoruba in the west, and the Igbo in the southeast, each had distinct cultures, languages, and religious affiliations. The north was predominantly Muslim, the west largely Christian with traditional religious practices, and the east mainly Christian with some indigenous beliefs. These pre-existing divisions were exacerbated by the British colonial policy of divide and rule, which further solidified ethnic identities at the expense of national unity. Religious fanaticism in Nigeria has been a significant barrier to national progress since independence. Various radical Islamic groups, most notably Boko Haram, Lakurawa, Mahmuda, and others, emerged in the north to challenge the Nigerian state and institute an extreme interpretation of Sharia law. Founded in 2002, Boko Haram's insurgency has resulted in tens of thousands of deaths and millions displaced up till now. This violence has created a humanitarian crisis, diverted resources away from development and public services into selfish purses. Periodic religious clashes, especially in the Middle Belt, have resulted in loss of lives and property, which has incited fear and fostering mistrust amongst communities. Such conflicts not only claim lives but also disrupt economic activities as businesses hesitate to invest in volatile regions. Right now, only Lagos State, Abuja, and a couple of southwestern states seem to have religious or rather economic harmony. Most other states, because of insecurity, have been stifled economically. Religious identities have been exploited by politicians to gain and maintain power. Politicians often exploit sentiments during electoral campaigns, exacerbating divisions that distract from governance and development. The prioritization of religious agendas over national interests has led to ineffective leadership and failure to address pressing socio-economic issues. Ethnic bigotry has equally constrained Nigeria's great trajectory, affecting social cohesion and economic development. The competition for political power amongst various ethnic groups has led to a culture of mistrust and hostility. The Nigerian Civil War of 1967 to 1970, which was mainly fueled by ethnic tensions and the desire of the Igbos to secede, resulted in significant loss of lives and fostered lingering enmity amongst groups. Ethnic conflict has fostered a climate where governance becomes a contest for ethnic supremacy rather than a platform for national service. Certain ethnic groups, particularly the oil-rich Niger Delta region, have repeatedly felt marginalized regarding political representation and resource control. The Southeast too have significantly felt marginalized over repeatedly exploitation of their natural resources to the detriment of their people, being displaced and not considered for appointment in top luxurious positions. This perception has led to unrest, including militancy, the arrival of Eastern Security Network, IPOB, and a demand for greater self-determination and resource control. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Machuku, and today we're going to be introspecting. What exactly does Nigeria want? Are Nigerians ready for good leadership? Are we indeed ready for true and good leadership? Considering the circumstances currently bedeviling the nation. There is poverty. There is insecurity. This is in our faces. People are homeless, displaced. Persons are literally floating. They cannot survive. Businesses have shut down. There's no capital inflow. Banks no longer give loans because they are wondering what is your capital and how would you pay them back. Most people are hoarding their investments, hoarding their monies. Help literally means you need to cry out on social media to be crowdfunded. The reality is staring us in the face. But upon all of this, you see ethnic divisions spoiling the one fabric that has kept Nigeria together. Recently, during the AFCON football competition, Nigeria played against Morocco 2 days ago. Football is one thing that Nigerians come together and celebrate. They're usually happy, dropping aside their individual differences, whether they're ethnic or religious affiliations, they're put aside. Everyone accepts to be a Nigerian. Unfortunately, what transpired after the end of the game, an entire ethnic group was called out to be the cause of what caused the failure of Nigerians. Despite the fact that the Nigerian team held down the opposition for as long as possible, it was until the penalty. It was a drastic period, and it got to a point the question was, are we indeed together? What then is the essence of us remaining together? Should we go our separate ways? How do you call out an entire tribe just because one person unluckily could not actually score the goal? There are other members in the group. Some actually played the penalty and they made it. So why? Why didn't you call out their tribe? This is not the only time it has actually happened. That's not the only football it has happened to. In other circumstances as well, all the ethnic groups who have played in the game have been called out for possibly not being able to win. So at what point would Nigerians decide that they want a different leadership if the people themselves have refused to recognize that they are together? Would we blame the politicians or poor leadership for what is actually going on? Are Nigerians not the repose of themselves? Are they not a problem of themselves? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 26, 2023, during his inauguration, said fuel subsidies gone. Nigerians decided to impoverish themselves. Filling stations shut down. Some inflated their prices. There were long queues at the filling station. Did the president tell you to inflate your prices immediately? Ordinary Nigerians cheat themselves, murder themselves for money or whatever. Greed pays a necessity. Public servants, especially civil servants in all these ministries, departments and agencies, are the ones who teach these leaders appointed corruption in the highest place. You'll be so shocked how the civil servants teach these nominees how to be corrupt. Are Nigerians actually ready for leadership? Do we indeed need the kind of change that we ask for? Then who are the leaders that can represent Nigeria's interests across the ethnic groups? The current political parties and the political affiliates who have indicated interest, which one of them are not reshuffled members in the polity? Who is new that has something different to offer to Nigerians that we have not heard before? Is it President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Is it Atiku Abubakar? Is it Mr. Peter Obi? Is it Amaechi Shore? Who will actually represent Nigeria's true interest? Today is a day for introspection. My analyst this evening is Mr. Lawale Kundai. Mr. Lawale Kundai, good evening. Thank you for joining us today.
Good evening.
And I also have Mr. Tony Mbata right here in the studio as well. Good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you?
I'm fine today.
I'm going to ask you this question. Are Nigerians ready for true leadership?
Yeah, Nigerians are ready for true leadership.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Give me instances why you think so.
Let me give instances. During time for Idiabo and Buhari regime, that time we have what they call war against indiscipline. Nigerians are very obedient people, set of people, when we have the right leaders we need to be in governance. But the problem is that we are quite unfortunate that we have not, since Obasanjo, yes, he did his best. We have not gotten the rightful leadership that we need to take Nigerians to where they ought to be. And most of the leaders we are having today, like when Buhari came on board, Buhari quoted one of the American presidents. He said, "I am for nobody, I'm for everybody." And we were clapping that those of them, I was not part of them. I never supported Buhari because I know that it's going to be total failure because his antecedents shows that he can't do anything. But he quoted that American president, and most people were expecting to see something different from what we are seeing. But unfortunately for Nigerians, Buhari came and Buhari introduced leaders
to ask for their freedom from people who are president. They prefer to go and rob another Nigerian. They prefer to go and embezzle funds. They prefer to go and do ritual or run away entirely, japa, other than for them to say, no, this thing belongs to me, I must take it. But we run away, and then we will give it to you when you are running. That's why they say Nigeria is the best country to rule. We are the best people to rule. We always run away. Even if the best, what is chasing you is something you are strong. You see yourself that I can take down this thing. We prefer to run, and then we keep running. And then now they look at us all over the world and say, what? People who are not, who are these people?
All right, Mr. Tony Mbata. The Southeasterners have always complained that they've been marginalized, isolated on several fronts, and they have been crying for Biafra. The totem of Biafra has been used as a carrot to attract them, but they take their monies, take away their livelihoods for a dream that they have always dreamed about. By the end of the day, it turns out that those who are touting it, or those who are, swinging it as a pendulum in their faces, actually want to enrich themselves out of it. The only person that the Southeasterners have seen that actually has that in mind truly and is ready to sacrifice themselves for it is Nnamdi Kanu. And that's why no matter how a lot of incidents that had led to where he is today, some persons still believe in him as the one who can supposedly bring the brightest sun or the realization of Biafra. But let's take a listen to Chukwuma Soludo making this statement. Possibly you would understand where I'm coming from.
Ended. The Civil War ended 56 years ago. Because still, our youths from the southeast, and particularly from Anambra, the last recruitment exercise into the army and even into the police force, the Anambra, I think, had the lowest expression of interest in the country. I want to use this opportunity to call on our youths to enlist in the armed forces of Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us. We cannot participate in it by avoiding it. We cannot be full members, but at the same time get out. This is one area where we are marginalizing ourselves. Nobody is marginalizing us. If you refuse to enter the police, the armed forces, then in a few decades to come, you will turn around and complain that there are no officers, no these things of Anambra or Igbo extraction. We must participate equally as equal co-owners of Project Nigeria.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard Professor Soludo, and I totally disagree with him in all angles. And if you talk about, I don't like to use the word marginalization, but there are certain issues that you will be forced to use it. If we are talking about marginalization, it's true, it's real. Let me start from state creation. Why is it that only Southeast, we have only the least?
5 states.
5 states.
The other regions have 6.
Yes, 6, 7. When you talk about, look at the railway. When you talk about it, look at what they did. Even Daura, even Niger Republic, they have it. We have any. Now, when you talk about federal government present, have you ever seen any one of them? Have you ever seen any one of them there? No. When you talk about ministerial appointment, look at what we have. Only Devuma.
Even if they give you ministerial appointment, do your leaders represent your interests?
I'm coming.
Let's look at the current crop of governors we have in the Southeast. No, Which one of them has ever thought about the interest of their people?
No, I will reach there. I'm trying to build myself so that I can drive into what I'm trying to say. So when you look at all this, okay, look at international airport, check Lagos, check Kanu. Most of them in the north, they are not viable, but they give to them. But what do we have? Enugu is not even Owerri. Do you know when they have that Sambakwe Cargo International Airport? If they have given us what we want, that thing is one of the largest international airport we're supposed to have. We don't have any seaport. Buhari, a president, told us that we are dot. But research has shown that the South is not a dot. We have one of the deepest sea in the whole West Africa. You can go and check. But because of these things, after Nigerian Biafran war, they say 3R. We have come together, we are one, but they are not putting it.
Do you think Nigeria's ferocity became worse in 2015 or became worse after 2023?
Not only 2023 or 2015. Nigeria have started it because there are some position. They will tell you, if you don't know this, know it. They will tell you there are some position that Southeast will not occupy, and they maintain it. If not, Obasanjo came, or what do they call it? President Jonathan, that gave Ihejirika appointment, and we know what happened. So there are some position that they will not, they believe, if somebody will come and tell you that Southeast will not rule this country, what are they doing? And Professor Soludo telling us that the Southeast are not being enlisted in the army. Go and check. Most of our leaders, they are very parochial.
Somebody sent a message that he had tried several times. He's from Anambra, to enlist in the army as an officer, but he was denied all three.
That's what I'm telling you.
Unless you have someone, you cannot get
you can't enter. I know this. And some of them that call themselves political leader, like Atiku people must Soludo can open their mouth widely and say whatever in order to impress their slave masters. So Nigerians, the question you ask, have we agreed that we are one nation? The answer is no. Look at what is happening today. Because it's coming, look at even when you are making your commentary, ordinary football, they have read meaning into it. And who are the people?
That was very shocking for me.
That is it.
I didn't know we had gotten to this point.
To tell you,
I saw it was a tweet started by one Sariki guy. I think he's a northern influencer. He's also in the All Progressives Congress, although I know that is a political whatever from these guys. And then the problem is, okay, so let me start with this, Mr. Tony. Some people think that social media bans are just social media bans. So these guys are paid for this narrative of division, right? They're paid for it and they do it. But you, who is an innocent person, comes on social media to just see what exactly is trending or what's the conversation, and you go to the comment section and you see comments like this. Now, you do not know that there is an agenda by the certain persons to divide the polity and make sure people do not discuss healthy issues or how young persons can come together and discuss how to move the nation forward. So when you constantly come on social media and a narrative is being thrown at your face, you begin to question things you've never ever thought about in your life. So you come on social media and a game. I have never experienced Nigerians divided over a game. They can actually attack an individual that made a mistake or did something, but to ascribe an entire tribe, that is very dangerous. Now the question is, it feels like the government of the day is encouraging this, and this one is very evident. Mr. Bayo Onaniga, one person I know that has encouraged this type of divisive politics in this country, and I'm so shocked that he's still the president's special advisor. I'm still so shocked that he maintains his position. So at what point do you think Nigerian leaders can stop this? People come up and say stuff. You see persons say we no longer want Yorubas in this country, and everywhere is quiet. Somebody will come and say we don't want Hausas anymore in this country. They should be bide, and nobody says anything. Or the Igbos are the cause of Nigeria's problem. A pastor went on his pulpit to make such a statement. Now, I know very well that we have very good Omoluwabis, and I was impressed to see them counter the narrative of these individuals. It told me that indeed there are good Yoruba people that can call out these young persons who are joining the fray of this narrative. And the question is this: is this government encouraging such divisive politics? It's deadly, it's dangerous. It actually led to the war that took place in 1967. It started with propaganda like this. And because of politics, Nigeria has been so polarized that football, that used to be a most uniting force, has become a political statement.
Esther, this present government, from Buhari, not from this present government alone, from Buhari to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are encouraging all this divisiveness you are seeing today. Because during time for campaign, we all saw it. We all saw what Bola Ahmed Tinubu said. We all saw what the Oba of Lagos or Oba of Ejibo said, and most of them, and they are doing it. They are doing it with Oba of Ejibo.
He eventually apologized.
He apologized. We saw most of those. If somebody can say something and come out and apologize, so that people will say I've apologized, but is he doing the needful? No. And you see them doing it impunitively, and nobody is, like you mentioned about Onaniga. You have had what, not once, not twice, that they're saying. So at what point can Nigeria, decide? Is the thing, to my own mind, is that we need to call a referendum to ask ourselves, are we ready to be one country or one nation? This thing, we are just, this forceful marriage that British gave to us, we need to sit down, run table conference. I don't know why we are afraid of it. We're not supposed to be afraid of this. We need to sit down to ask ourselves, look at ourselves, eyeball to eyeball. Are we ready to be one country, one nation? If the answer is yes, we cannot say, yes, we, Nigerians, decide to give ourselves a constitution. But now, we have not. All our action, the way we are doing to most of the resources, the way we are sharing it, you see the story that is going online, that the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu paid $9 million in order to change the narrative. There's no Christian genocide and all the rest. We are seeing these things. We saw what is happening, even the way they share the resources. We know this thing. So we need to sit down at the right table conference, whatever name you will call it, to ask ourselves a simple question and answer it. Look at ourselves, are we ready to be one Nigeria? If the answer is yes, We form a constitution. We have a constitution that will guide us. If the answer is no, let everybody go. Even Togo, Imo State is bigger than Togo. So we need to go or we need to stay. But for now, what I'm seeing, the leaders, they are the people dividing us. Like I said before.
The leaders.
Are I'm telling you,
or I am the people themselves.
No. The leaders are the people. Esther, I have worked with these politicians. If you know them, they are ruthless and Machiavellic individuals that want to achieve whatever they want in any way. Cost. At all cost. So by the time we have a credible leader, it is them that will go and hire some people to do this, and tomorrow they will pretend as if they are good. You see people talking. Look at Bola Onanuga. Look at many of them. We can make even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We saw it. We saw it, both his utterances and all the rest of them. You ask yourself, are we one Nigeria? Even your president, former President Buhari said, he said, even these people, they have their houses even these people, look at the way he addressed the Southeast, they have their businesses everywhere, they are not. Stereotyping some set of people. So I don't think Nigerians are the problem. It's the leaders.
All right. Mr. Lawal Akundayo, in all of this too, I used the game against Morocco as an instance. The reason was football was the yardstick. Don't bring that kind of narrative or political divisiveness in football, because football, no matter how you feel about Nigeria, on that very day that Nigeria is playing and it seems we're doing well, everybody becomes a Nigerian. Sentiments put aside. You go to virtual viewing centers where people gather together, and different groups, different religion, different tribes, everyone celebrates and they're happy, to be a Nigerian. But for the first time, I'm witnessing something like this, and it means that there is a dangerous trajectory on ground. What would you say to this?
No, if it were a normal country, such an individual would have been fished out.
Yeah, we have one Tunde Perry who made that statement. It's very viral on social media.
Would have been fished out by
the Hausa guy was popping or something. It went across social media, and they defended what they said that on several occasions too, the Southeasterners have also made such derogatory comments about them on some football matches and all, and it became a countermeasure of who did what and who did not do what. So no apology was given, nobody was arrested, and nobody was brought in for questioning. The Tunde Perry came out to apologize, and some people said, why did he apologize? That he shouldn't have apologized, because what he said was the truth. Do
you know that in football, like in world football, like Europe, and there are laws. There are some things. If you say any racist language to a player, you are part of the spectators, or you are there. You just say something, automatically you'll be dealt with. The law will take care of you immediately. It's in FIFA, it's in Europe, it's in the moment you say derogatory or tribalist, racist language there, the law will crack down on you immediately. But when you come down to Nigeria here, it's a separate world on its own. It's a separate universe that we live in. Some people say, how can you compare Europe with Nigeria? They are telling you that we are the level we are. Maybe I should use the word, this animalistic, zoostic type of life level that we are. We should remain there. We are totally different from the civilized world. That is what you see, because somebody like this will have been fished out immediately by the DSS or SSS, and then they will have, even if nothing is going to happen, at least to serve as a deterrent to others. But somebody is making a reference that, after all, somebody said it before. Somebody said that and that before, and somebody said this and that. This is how we live. This is how we have come to regard ourselves. This is how we have changed the whole story. That's why sometimes when we talk, I don't blame colonialism, because I know the reason why the colonialism came on board. I remember the slave trade that they tried to stop, and the blacks refused to stop it. They were the ones selling themselves. They are the ones selling their brothers, and they refused to stop it. Even when an outsider who was buying it from you said they don't want to buy it again, you should stop it. Blacks refused to stop it. They continue in such a way that they had to come in and they had to take over. And then at a point, go to the history in 1950-something, Nigerians, when they asked for independence, the North said they were not ready, that the South should take their own. The South said, no, we must go with the North. And the British allow you to do what you want. So how do we blame them now? Now, the economy they set for us, we're supposed to have built on this economy now. We're supposed to have grown so drastically from what they set for us now. How did we now come to the level in which we degenerated to this point? To let you know the type of people, the type of mind that we have towards ourselves. That is the problem. We have 3 regions, north, south, east, west. All of them control the resources they give to the central. And somebody came on board, scattered the whole thing for his own selfish reasons. He wants to rule everywhere. Stopped what was growth, stopped the development, converted it to something that is not developing. And we, those who are ruling us now, they were very, very small then. They knew this thing was wrong. And they are building on it. You ask them, what foundation are you building on? You were small then now. You were aware. We were not born then. You knew this thing was wrong. Why did you come back to regionalization? Why did you come back to resource control of the states? So that everybody will be able to manage its own people and they grow. Why?
Mr. Tony, but
so our problem is from our mind. We are the nature. We need to change our nature towards ourselves.
What country was that between the Hutus and the Tutsis? Was it Uganda or Rwanda? Which of the countries?
Rwanda.
Was it Rwanda? Exactly. And you know that if you go to Rwanda right now, you cannot make any derogatory statements against anyone.
Yes.
You cannot even try as much as possible to say, oh, are you this or are you that? Do you think Nigeria can implement that?
Yes.
I mean, you need to go to social media and see hate in its purest acidic form, and people think that social media narratives does not affect or does not go offline. It does. So my question is, are we having the state government, are we having the DSS allow this? Is it something they are considering to be normal banter? What kind of intolerant measure can be applied to deter this? Because like I said, the polity is more polarized. It's dangerous. The reason why we're discussing this on terrestrial radio is to tell you that right now, in every format as a Nigerian, you cannot dislike your brother or another citizen of yours just because they are not from your ethnic group or you guys don't practice the same religion. It's a dangerous mindset. Whoever is permitting this, whoever is allowing this pervade the polity, that person is satanic. It's demonic. I'm using that word, demonic. What does leadership entail? What does proper administrative leadership entail?
See, like Mr. Tony Mbata said, I agreed that the problem is with leadership. Now, major problem, but these leaders came from the people. They came from the masses to become leaders.
That's why I asked the question. Are you sure it is the leaders or the people?
See, this thing, that's why I said this level we live in, this planet we live in, we need to evacuate from this mentality to a mentality of civilized world. Look at even Saudi Arabia, the seat of Islam. Look at how liberal Saudi Arabia is. Go and see how liberal they are now. They do wrestling there where women fight with pants and bra. They do boxing there. They do sports. They so many. Go and look at them now. So what has come to our level in which somebody will mention religion? I will not ask you, excuse me, even the seat of your religion. Go and look at how liberal they had here. They will not even allow corruption. You will tell me all this thing that is happening in Nigeria, you do it there. Somebody will take money that doesn't belong to him or her, and then you will now be going back and forth in the court. Just that person, he said, will have been rolling on the ground by now. But here, you can see the way you can see the narration, show the way some certain people twist our head, twist our mentality. If somebody has embezzled money, they will tell you that it's your brother, it's not your brother, it's their turn. Somebody else will come, you will complain, they will say, no, it's that person's turn. And all this is never benefit Nigerian. But yet, we will support this evil. So you can see that our problem is both followership and leadership. The followers that will follow, stupidly, let me use that word, stupidly. And the leaders that will lead selfishly. Somebody will come to you, offer you money in order for you to vote. He will go to a bank, borrow money because he wants to win an election. Give you bags of rice. And they said they should make a law against that you cannot induce with things that they said no, you can't. So you can see, look at governors. Look at governors, look at even local government chairmen. See who checks them. Everybody wants to take up because they don't want their hands to be to nobody to check them.
Mr. Tony Bata, Mr. Lawale Kundoye, ethnic loyalty often supersedes meritocracy in appointments and resource allocation. In fact, this has resulted in corruption and inefficiency within the political space. When leadership is based on ethnic affiliation rather than capability, it cripples the growth potential of the nation. It perpetuates a cycle of poor governance and underdevelopment. The interplay of religious fanaticism and ethnic bigotry has dire economic consequences for Nigeria. The continuous violence and instability stemming from religious and ethnic conflicts discourage foreign investment. Investors seek stable environments, and Nigeria's image as a volatile state has led to capital flight and a reliance on state-controlled oil revenues, which are insufficient for sustainable development. Mr. Tony Mbata, the president has not been in the country since before the 25th of December 2025. And we've been having insurgency in some regions. The Nigerian Air Force and the Nigerian military ground troops have been trying to curtail and contain all of this. Armed Forces Remembrance Day, the Nigerian president wrote out something from where he was and released it through his special advisors. Up to now, he hasn't returned to the country. Currently, right now, the president and the vice president are not in the country. How would you describe the situation? Has it become a normal thing?
I would describe the situation as a dangerous, a bad one. Every human being in nature want to live a life of free. Human being in nature, go and study it. Every human being want to, like in the morning you sleep, do whatever you want. Then that's why we have social contract with some people. Okay. People now began to come together. If we leave this thing, it will be bad for us. The society will be like carnivorous. People will eat people. So what do? Okay, we have to get people, give them our sovereign power to take charge of us. This is a social contract. Yeah. Now, when you have this a social contract with a set of people, you expected them to do the needful. Like in my family, my house, I have 2 boys and 2 girls. You can't say I will talk to her abusively in front of my children. I will come back being drunk. What do I expect my children to do? They will do worst because their daddy used to do this. But if I can go out and be a madman and come back and be a good person, my children will swear for me. So the problem, like we are saying the same thing. Look at your president, our president, since nobody, it may be 25th of this December or whatever, he left the country. Nobody can tell us this is where he is. Tomorrow we say he's in Dubai. This is to show you how wicked our leaders are. Because the problem of this country is leadership. I'm telling you, I have been in a position of authority. Nigerians, if you are a good leader, you will see how they will follow you and they will give you their maximum cooperation. And that's why most of these few leaders, they are very few. They are the people creating all this narrative of hatred, pushing it to some feeble-minded people, and they will carry it. And they will be talking abusively, talking derogatively, and stereotyping some people. It is the leaders. If it's in China, most of these leaders are supposed to be killed. They're supposed to be killed. China, you can't do this. There was a time China was a corrupt nation, but some set of people came on board and said, this thing cannot continue. America sometime, many years ago, was worst. But some people came on board. Like Mr. Kunaya was saying, it's like the level we are, when we see those people that will change the narrative, you see some of these few leaders will use this youth, some of the youth, to change the narrative and to cause it. So problem we are having is leadership problem. And Nigerians supposed to, everybody, I keep saying it, everybody should supposed to come on board so that we change this narrative.
Mr. Lawale Kondaya, we've had activists over time who speak for Nigerians. Persons like Deji Adunyoju, at one point Festus Keyamo, in fact, former Minister of Minister of Information, Mr. Lai Mohammed, when they were in the opposition. I mean, even former NLC President Adam Soshomale. These were persons who we all thought represented our interests, represented our voice, resonated our voice. Bishop Matthew Kuka, they were very vocal. They were anti some of the things the government did. And all of a sudden, everywhere's quiet. Bishop Matthew Kuka has been very quiet. We're hearing that he could be given a political appointment to be the vice president to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Former NLC president, what's his name, Adams Oshomole now, is now a typical politician who says wants to join the APC, all your sins are forgiven. Festus Keyamo is now the aviation minister, somebody who had called out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on several fronts, written letters against him, acting like he was indeed touting the Nigerian interest. So how do we know that those who claim to have Nigeria's interest at heart, once they get any political appointment, do not become something else that we are currently criticizing?
Now, there's a proverb that says, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Okay. You don't give absolute power to a human being. That's the problem we are facing. You don't give absolute power to a human being. If you give absolute power to a human, because he has a mind to think and reason and go logical, you see that something will begin to tell you that why not use this power to do this. If somebody you think is a good person, you now see begin to use. That's why there's a control around. The law will control you. The law enforcement will control you. When you did the wrong thing, they will make sure that you are punished for it, so that the other person that is coming behind you, after you, will have a legacy on ground that, see, if you do it, this will happen to you. In America, with Trump, you see the way they are checkmating him. All over the world, you see the way they do that. But here in Nigeria,
if you want to understand what I'm talking about, try to apply for a job in a government-owned institution and see what happens.
It happens to me now. I mean, living with it happens to me.
It's very bad.
You know how they told me to
even
go and do
even in the medical
for politicians
sector,
that will sign
even
in
in the agricultural sector,
even for government.
Somebody told me just of recent, he applied to this short service whatever, India or whatever. They say, where are you from? He say South. He say no, it's not for you. And the guy came back crying, left the shore of this country. So you see, the problem we are, even if we talk it from tomorrow to next tomorrow, the problem we are having, because the institutions are not working, so the demonic leaders cash in on it to perpetuate this their evil. We need to strengthen the institution. That's why when you talk about Akpabio and Senate, you see that we are 0 point. You talk about INEC, because if they know that INEC will do the right thing and they will canvass for people to vote for them, you will see that they will change. But because they know that they will see that, that's why Wike and his cohort, the chief of staff, will come out and tell the nation that they will sit down and write with the collaboration of INEC. Nothing will happen. And this is happen. You see a university professor who will sit down and announce a fake result, and tomorrow he or she will be crying that the same government, a third government, is not paying him what they're supposed to have. And when you see all these things, you ask yourself, this thing is, when you don't harness your house, you will see all this thing happen. As a father, as a mother, as a parent, the way you put your children, I know that some children can still misbehave, but what have you done? Our leaders have fed us from head to, from beginning to the end. This tribalism you are seeing, it didn't start today, but since Buhari came on board, this is where we saw what is tribalism. This is where we saw that you can only give appointment to your people and even do road to other part of the country, and you leave your own country. And I've said it time with that number, that almost all these leaders, almost all of them, they don't love this country. They are telling us what Nigeria want is lip service. And I was doing a research. I'm talking this as a Christian. I posted it at my YouTube channel. Mazito Nimbata is there. And I did a research. I'm talking as a Christian. God wants us to have a peaceful environment to serve him. But there are some opposing factors, demons, that are fighting, so that people will complain that because of
there
leadership.
There will always be opposing factors.
Yes, there should be opposing factors. And because most of our leaders are giving to themselves to this opposing factor that are demon, they will do the same thing. That's why the scripture say, when a righteous man is on the throne, people rejoice. But when a wicked man is there, people will cry. Wickedness comes from the demon, from Satan. So most of these leaders are coming from demons. Forget about they are going to church, bending their neck as if they are Christian or Muslim. They are demons.
But if I'm going to add just 1 minute, you see, there's a part in the Bible, the book of Zechariah. You see where the other prophet talk about the good and the bad shepherd. Okay. He said the good shepherd will stay with the sheep and protect the sheep. He will sleep among the sheep.
Even die.
But
David did it.
A bad shepherd will leave the sheep. He will even sell the sheep.
Sell the sheep
eat their meat and everything. And that is what is happening here. That's what is happening. A country without a shepherd. What is the next thing? Scatter them now. That is what is going to happen. The enemy will
They have dual citizenship abroad. Most of them, anything, they will just leave you. They will leave you. So we are in a situation
when I was in UI, I had the opportunity of going to UCH Ibadan, and I was surprised that you have such an institution in Nigeria here, and your leaders are flying abroad for treatment. I heard that even there was a time the king of Saudi was coming to UCH Ibadan. There were people even from Europe coming to that UCH Ibadan, on medical leave, medical travel, down to UCH Ibadan here for treatment. Now you see your leaders running away.
They have destroyed it.
Whereas what the world is looking for is already here. And they will never go there to let you see the kind of mindset that they have. If you have been to that place, you will know that it's a place that can take care of even the whole of Africa.
Presidential hospital or whatever in Abuja, go and check out this.
All right, somebody is sending a message and saying that, Esther, let's try to educate ourselves. The president can work from anywhere only with his laptop. He says, let's educate ourselves and please let's not act like we're not educated. Hold on. Everybody has an opportunity to express themselves. We're educating ourselves on this platform. He says that some days back we read that Jagaban sales deals from UAE. Is that not him doing something? We should stop this thing we're doing every day is not helping matters. That we should try to give solutions and not bash the government all the time. So for example, he's saying that yes, the president has not been in the country all this while, but it doesn't mean that the president is just out of the country. The president is working. He has been doing a couple of things. So in what way is it wrong that the president is not in Nigeria? Can you quickly respond to that? Meaning that the president can be absent as long as possible, so long as he's working from wherever he is.
Wait, I'm coming.
Okay.
One, there's a seat of power in Nigeria here. Let's face it. And the seat of power is Abuja. That is the presidential office. There's an office for the president. So you are expected to be in that office, because if you are not expected to be in that office, there will not have been an office in the first place.
Okay.
They could have closed the office and say, okay, you can work from anywhere you want. You can even work from a hotel, work from your office, or room, your house, your personal house. There will not have been any Abuja, the seat of power. But there's a seat of power there, and there's a reason why it is there. The reason is because somebody must be seated there so that it can attend to issues there. So it is official that the president must be there in that office. Now the president can go on leave. He can work for sometimes.
He's not on leave. We weren't told that he's on leave.
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming to that. There are reasons why you can maybe occasionally be out of office. It's normal. Now there are rules and regulations that you need to follow for you to leave that office at that moment. Second, if you are not in that place, how will your subordinates that are coordinating what you are managing, how will they see you? Will they also fly and be looking for you all over the world? Now at this moment, nobody can tell us exactly where the president is. If American president is going out, you see that he will have been discussing where he's going. You will not just disappear.
Okay, let me ask you this again. We're trying to balance it so it doesn't seem as if one is targeting the president for whatever reason. Initially, based on the president's itinerary in December, I followed what the special advisor on information strategy told us, that the president was coming to Lagos to spend the holidays with us. Immediately after the Eyo festival, he traveled out. What they told us was that he was going to Abu Dhabi to visit the Sheikh. The Sheikh had invited him. But when he traveled out, he didn't go to Abu Dhabi immediately. We heard that he went to Rwanda with Paul Kagame and they spent some time together before we now heard that he had gone to Abu Dhabi. But the question is, all that time, where else did he travel to? Then during the whole imbroglio with River State, with Wike and Fubara, we later heard that the president had invited Fubara to France. to speak with him to see how they could resolve the issue. That was not on the official itinerary, as we were told by Bayo Onanuga, the president's special advisor on information and strategy. Naturally, the president's itinerary is on an open record. They tell us precisely where the president is and what he's going to do. All right? Yes, they told us the president was traveling, but they told us that it was only for a specific thing, meaning that the president was meant to be out of the country for 2 or 3 days. But up till now, he hasn't returned, meaning that there are other trips or unofficial events that he's attending to that is not in the itinerary, and they refuse to make public to us, which has led Nigerians to speculate. And the speculation has actually led to false narratives. Nobody knows precisely where the president went, what he's doing, and there's no media coverage to that. Do you understand?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say something. The person saying the president can work from anywhere. Now, assuming the president, you are president, my president is working from anywhere. What are the effect of it or the impact on Nigerians? When Donald Trump took over, that day he was doing his inaugural speech, I said it before, he told the world that that day, that a lot of companies, a lot of investors have already flew in their money to invest in Nigeria. He didn't travel anywhere.
Okay.
He didn't move to anywhere. How many trillions I can't, so that I cannot lie, but go and check the record. He said that trillions of dollars came into the cover of United States of America because the president is in charge. Now, this guy is telling us that president can work in anywhere. Esther, they employed you here for this job you are doing. Then you will leave this in that you are looking for people to give VOP anywhere where you go. Your chairman will sack you. Nigeria is supposed to sack Bola Ahmed Tinubu because
why?
Yes, because you read it here. The itinerary they told us. You told their MD.
Is that enough to sack him?
They will sack him because this is not the first time they have been deceiving us.
All right,
Buhari did it, and remember he said, "I will start from where Buhari stopped," and we have seen it. He will continue. So somebody should be. We are educating ourselves, and it's not a question of.
You don't think it was a political statement?
No, I mean
what the president said. I'll continue from where Buhari stopped.
It's not a political statement because it's not because Buhari have opened the way by letting them know that you can do this and go scot-free because we don't have checkmate. Nobody checkmate anybody. That is it.
We'll take a very short break. Ladies and gentlemen, the evening rush will continue immediately after this break. You can stay with us.
House dey dark and nepa bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So much on don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to nepa bill o. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oya run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we dey for shop F1179 Industrial Section, Ojo Alaba International Market, or shop G6 Electronic Section, Alaba International Market, 8th line, Ute Obochi Plaza. Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karu District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we dey for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for Rivers State. Yohaku website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
right, welcome back. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Thank you for staying with us right here where we reflect your voice. All right, you were saying something because we need to go to another conversation.
Yeah, I think I finished what I was saying.
What were you trying to say?
Yes, what I was trying to say.
All right, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Segun Showunmi, has cautioned former presidential candidates Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi against underestimating the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, as political alignments begin to take shape ahead of the 2027 general elections. He described Amaechi as a politician with deep-rooted structures and alliances capable of making him a formidable contender, and obviously should seek to decide as he seeks to decide to become a president. His assessment is informed by years of involvement in high-level presidential campaigns within the PDP. I want us to take a very brief listen to Segun Showunmi's statement very recently on a Monitor television program. Let's listen to this.
But I don't think that the most dangerous opposition that Bola Tinubu could get and the APC in 2027 is Peter Obi.
No, man. Look, you see, in 2023, the people who were sitting in authority at governor's level in the southeast, they were not that inspirational. You have to go back and look at the people that are sitting there now. Some of those leaders are delivering on value and they're delivering on assignment. They are inspirational leaders. None of those people can Peter run over like that. It's not as easy as that.
So Peter may not be able to get the figures.
Let me
he got over 90% in the whole of South.
Let me land my thought. We created that movement, albeit at the back end, believing that we should be able to tour the glass ceiling so that our Southeastern brothers can know that we can get this done. Unfortunately, his inability to tame the excessive bigotry and the anger and the quarrels and all of his people has kind of like made a lot of people have a bit of a pushback. Hey, we'll see. They're going to have to count the votes. They're going to have to count the primary. And if you remember 2015, before they would do the primaries that they did in Lagos, you can always sometimes imagine that some people can pull an offset. If you remember the primary of 2023, Rotimi Amaechi came second. Never mind that the vice presidential candidate was also on that. So I've not spoken to Rotimi that much. But you know these things, I love to do it. So these analyses are analysis that I really believe.
All right. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, for me in politics, I don't underrate anybody.
Okay.
I don't underrate anybody because Amaechi has been a one-time governor and a minister in this country.
Okay.
He must have his
one-time governor twice,
and a speaker of House of Assembly and also being a minister of transport, and you can't take it away from him. But the question we ask my gentleman over there is that Amaechi, is he the kind of leadership that Nigerian youth are yearning for? That's the question. And I have seen all the political arithmetic in it. Amaechi cannot, nobody will say Amaechi is nobody in Nigerian politics today. So the issue is that they should allow the primaries of ADC to be free and fair. Okay. Whoever takes the ADC, whatever, we go in for that person or any other person.
Why do you think Nigerians believe so much on Mr. Peter Obi? What exactly is it about him, or a certain element of persons who think that Peter Obi is the right candidate to lead Nigeria in the right direction? He's been part of the political circle, the same crop of politicians. What exactly do you think makes him different from any other person who says it's not like a Tinubu with the same mantra, political mantra, or like an Amaechi or an El Rufai or the others? Who says what makes him stand out? What makes you think that he will steer the direction of Nigeria to the right cause?
A lot of things. Now let me start from I am a good Catholic.
Okay.
In the day before yesterday reading or yesterday reading, you know, Jesus went into the temple as rabbi or whatever, and when he was teaching, people say, what manner of man is this? He teaches with authority and power.
Okay.
And even the demons listen to him. Other rabbi, they have been teaching, they have been listening to them, but they have not seen a man taught with authority and power. Now, P2B, we have seen it. Go and verify. This is a governor that left office EFCC, ICPC, and whatever agencies of the government have never one day found him wanting. You see, Amaechi, we have seen all the allegations. Tell me one governor that have left office that EFCC, ICPC, or whatever allegation have not been leveled and proven with them bargaining for court and whatever. This is a governor that left office. Up to now, he said, I don't have this in Anambra. They have not paid me kobo. And you go and verify. This is a governor that they know where he's coming from business world as a chairman of many banks and all the rest of them. You verify. You didn't see anything incriminating to him. This is a governor that left office. We have seen what governors are doing and all the rest of them. Nobody. So why wouldn't people believe what he's telling them? And he will tell you, go and verify. And we have seen it. So there are a lot of things that you will see in P2B that today Nigerian youth have not seen it to anybody. And that's why Nigerians, I keep saying it, Nigerians are looking for or yearning for a good leader. And the moment they see that leader, wherever you are coming from, whether you are coming from Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, they will support you. And I'm begging for other credible people. They should come out. Okay, when Dora Akunyele was a NAFDAC whatever DG, we saw what happened. Now, since Dora Akunyele left that place, we know what is happening. And when Ribado was EFCC chairman, we saw what happened. Now, since Ribado left that place, what is happening now? So, Nigerians need leaders. And when they see anyone, they will discover, they will know. They will know that this man is good. Forget about all the buha, all the political abracadabra or whatever they are doing in order to discredit P2B. For now, P2B is the most credible. And when we see any other person, like I told you guys that, assuming that the vice president, that APC gave him that ticket, I will support him because everybody know that Yomi Oshibanjo, professor, will do marvelously well in governance.
Mr. Lawal Akundayo, do you think so? Because there are talks about Amaechi Shuare being the kind of leader that Nigeria would need. Somebody who, Nigeria needs a radical leader. Somebody who would literally uproot the Malay in the nation, the crop of politicians whom he considers are more selfish and not people-oriented. I mean, what's your take on that?
I'm not doubting that.
Okay.
It's a good quality and it's demonstrating it.
Okay.
So I'll give it to him that he has that quality. If given the chance, I think he might perform.
If given the chance. Why wouldn't he be given the chance?
Why did I?
Why wouldn't he be given the chance?
No. This is, when you are running a race,
okay,
you have spectators, you have officials, you have competitors like you. So they are all running the race. You may see somebody that is better than you with one or two qualities. You may see what officials are looking for. Somebody may have it more than you. Okay. So I would say that. Now, Peter Obi, some people will say that Peter Obi, when it comes to administration, is outstanding. They will give it to him. While some will say politically it's not that strong, but administratively, if he has the opportunity to rule the country,
because he looks
he
quiet,
will do well.
Because he looks quiet, then he's not strong.
Go and check Anambra. Those two are negative narratives.
I mean, is strength not displayed in different demeanors? Must one be vocal or volatile to exhibit a sense of strength?
What I'm trying to say is this: when I say political, I told Nigeria is in a universe of its own. Okay. Nigeria is totally different from most countries of the world. We live in our own world. That's what I'm saying. That the politics we practice here, it's a politics of what am I going to say? Maybe I should paint it devilish or what? Compared to in other countries, which your politics is scrutinized. Okay. Is it something that is people oriented? But here you see selfish oriented politics being practice here in Nigeria. A politician wants to get to the post at all costs, and when he gets there, he believes everything that is in that resources in his care belongs to him or her.
Go ahead.
So that is it. That's why I use that word that politically is on the average, but administratively is fantastic. He has the code. That's what some people say. Which Nigerians will now decide: do you want a politician that is fantastic, or you want an administrator that is fantastic? Because when it comes to governance, you govern like a business.
Okay, let's take a listen to this. We're coming back to Anambra State. I don't know how you would feel if you were in this scenario, but just take a listen to this.
I'd like to thank the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, it's not always that you have a professor who is a governor. I don't know whether we have another, but because of the way you say things, I must tell you, it would have been really, really difficult to do this work without the governor. He offered, he called, he put on conference call so that the roads will be tidied. I don't want to say some other thing because I don't think people like to say things like that. But my Lord Bishops, I want you to pray for him, to be praying for him. He's let me not say more. Thank you, Your Excellency. Anyway, this we said the rest. I want to also the former governor of Anambra State is here. It will be. All right. Praise be to Jesus. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
So, how can you describe this scenario?
Yeah.
What do you understand happened here?
What happened is that Nigerians will everly appreciate a leader. Nigerians will everly.
Mr. Tony Bata, what do you think happened?
What
I
happened
played
was-
this thing for a certain reason. This is His Lordship,
His
Reverend
Lordship,
Dr.
yeah.
Jonas Benson Okoye. He introduced His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, and also Mr. Peter Obi at the solemn dedication of Our Lady of Assumption Cathedral in Inewi. Now, Peter Obi was at the back, like
Yes.
way behind. Deliberately, he did not want any form of distraction, and Mr. Chukwuma Soludo was in front. Now, the bishop introduced Mr. Chukwuma Soludo first, okay? And I mean, you heard the response from the audience. Now, at the time he introduced Mr. Peter Obi, some people had not seen him because he was behind, and people were trying to look for where he was. Now, you hear the applause, and the bishop couldn't, stop him from continuing, or rather, couldn't stop them from stopping. So here is the thing. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not from Anambra State, so I did not really witness his governorship, whatever. I really didn't know about him up until like possibly 2023. I had to read up on his antecedents when he became a political candidate in 2023 as to specifically dealing with the insecurity in Anambra State. He governed Anambra State when the state was still very newly created, and we heard about a lot of breakdown of law and order, favoritism that was also going on there, and the courtism and all whatnot that was taking place in the state, and how he came on board to resolve a couple of these issues. But the question now is, Anambra State Governor Mr. Peter Obi, somehow there seems to be on a cold turf. Don't you think this will exacerbate whatever misgivings he has towards him further? I mean, this is a governor that Peter Obi is not just a recent governor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Esther, you see, we are like, let me borrow from Mr. Ikunda, where we have a same society, this thing are not supposed to bring any issue.
Okay.
Because this is a past governor.
Okay.
That's what I was saying before, that one thing I love Nigerians, both Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, they will everly appreciate any good thing, any good leader, wherever you are. If Awolowo, peradventure, comes back to life now, you will see the kind of joy. If Dr. Nanda Zikiwe comes back to life, or Tafawa Balewa, you will see these are the people that have served their people.
Okay.
Honestly. So, one thing I know is that the people will always appreciate you when you do good things. No matter the narrative that some people will create. The bishop really acknowledged the governor, what he did, and people clapped. But when they heard about Peter Obi, like, Peter Obi is not a noise maker that people knows that he's not a noise maker. He will always come quietly. It's not. He will always come
Mr.
quietly.
And he was already there.
Yes,
so he was just at the back.
At the back.
Please go ahead, Mr. Lawal. You want to say something?
No, I said the way you squeeze your face. One thing is this. It's just it's normal because Soludo is a governor. Peter Obi is a presidential candidate who has galvanized a large number of followers.
But this is Anambra is happening.
No, over 12 million. So people want to meet him. Like when Jesus Christ wanted to enter, people were raising their head to see.
You're comparing him to Jesus Christ.
No. I'm just saying the popularity.
Okay.
I can never compare that.
Okay.
I'm just saying popularity. That when your popularity, people want to meet you. You want even your enemies want to raise their head and say, "Who is that?" Which I even want to see that man they are talking about.
Okay.
He has governed over 12 million. He came from behind. Somebody who was not expected to get any vote, appreciable vote, got a very high vote. That people were even, there was speculation that he even won, that he was cheated. So people want to meet him. They want to know him. So everywhere he goes, he will always get that attention.
All right, Mr. Lawal, why is it wrong if the president has that kind of vocality towards him? If his supporters say, regardless of how you guys criticize him, we love him, he comes to an event, he's hailed, even if he coughs they clap, even if he spits they would wear it on their body like an emblem. The support, the love from his people is there. What I mean, why do people question, why do people rant or make certain statements if they see that kind of love on the president? Regardless of what we're saying here, what people complain about, there are people who massively love the president. They don't care.
And now that's their own prerogative. It's their own choice. When you love somebody, you don't care. But I don't see it as something that is reasonable. Yes.
You don't see it as something that is reasonable, but you see it as reasonable if others hail Mr. Peter Obi in his region.
See, what I'm saying is that there are two things here. Because you said they don't care whatever happened. You can't.
Whatever anybody says about him, they don't care.
No,
you should understand that what we're talking about is the good of Nigeria, the governors. We're not talking about
governors. We're talking about a person, an individual who was once a governor. They were introduced. Two different people were introduced: a current governor and a former governor, or possibly 2 or 3 different 10 years before, and we saw the acceptability, the love, the cheering. So I'm saying now that if the same love is shown to our current president, regardless of anybody's bias or whatever towards him, and you make complaints that why would you cheer him? You're saying that you may not. No, he's saying something that he doesn't consider it.
He said anybody can for him.
When you said regardless of what anybody he's doing or he has done or whatever, no, that one I don't agree. But one thing that normally you want to share, so you want, even if it is your enemy. You want to raise your head.
Yes.
Okay.
Even if you have not met the person before, they are saying something about the person. You want to know the person they are speaking to. I mean, they have mentioned you want to raise your head. You want to stand up. You want to be part of the crowd. You want to. It's a normal thing because of the popularity. There are 2 ways by which you can be popular.
All right.
You can either be famous or notorious. Out of the 2. So people will still always raise their head when they hear about you because your name is outside the context of just the general name, so everybody wants to meet. But what I'm saying is that why that share should not take it personal, because this man is Peter Obi was a presidential candidate, and as of now he's still is an aspirant. So you can't compare somebody who has contested for presidency and won 12 million votes across the whole nation to somebody who is a governor.
All right. Mr. Chunimbata, we need to take phone calls. We're examining all these presidential candidates. We've talked about Tinubu, Mr. Peter Obi. Let's look at Amaechi Sowore. Why do you think he doesn't have that kind of massive support? He has support, but not as crazy as a couple of political elites who are currently, on the front burner. I mean, you have an Atiku having more followers, or a Peter Obi, or the president. But Sowore has been consistent in his remarks, and his utterances, and his attitude in calling out the anomalies of this government. So why are some Nigerians not looking into that?
Okay, and when Evan Enwerem during that Senate election that he won, Atonzeribe, Senator Francis Atonzeribe, supported him.
Okay.
Supported him to be the Senate president. Now, when Evan Enwerem was about to be impeached, it was the same Atonzeribe that carried it. Say, Evan Enwerem will go, and they moved the motion. Evan Enwerem left the office. Then they asked Aton Zeribe, why did you, at one time you are doing this, second you are now supporting him to go say, you may know your brother as a good footballer, but if comes to cricket, if he's not a good player in that cricket, you will not support him. You may know Showore as a good activist, that he can talk, but what about governance?
How do you know he cannot be someone that can administer properly?
I'm telling you, there are two different things.
No,
everything is not, see, Esther, everything is not activism. Everything is not by force. Everything is not by this. There are so many ways.
The way we are in this country, don't you think you don't need that kind of radical change?
We sometimes radicalism will come. Sometimes radicalism
at this stage in Nigeria, you don't think that radicalism is
that's
needed.
Why if institutions are
with
working,
the way persons are killing indiscriminately at every front,
we have
no community is safe.
See,
do you know?
Okay, the question I want to ask. I've not confirmed that. Why is it that Showore is still the party chairman of his party?
Is it wrong for him to be the party chairman?
And also president. That's what I say. I have not confirmed it.
No, he's not the party chairman.
If it is, and what I'm saying that you may be a good, Tony Mbata may be a good activist, and I may not be a good administrator. So these are two different things. Leadership is different from.
He cannot be a good leader just because he has never been a governor before.
No, it's not a question
or
of
maybe a local government chairman.
You know one thing is this. If I may come in,
please go.
Because I don't. I'm just being objective.
Okay.
Now, Showore, I'm not saying that he cannot rule this country well. People should stop saying that.
Okay.
He has a business and he's doing well with his business. That's why I said in the world where the society is progressing, they run their government like a business.
Okay.
When you borrow, you pay back and you earn more. It's only in Nigeria is which you borrow, the money disappear, and then the people have to be squeezed to pay for what they borrow. So that is, the man is running his business, and there are so many people in the world who are leaders, presidents. They have never held any post before, and they are doing well across. So don't say that Zelensky is here. Even Trump, I don't know whether he was any other governor. He wasn't ever a governor.
He was just a businessman.
He was just, and he became a president. So many, even in America, so many across board in Spain, and the country is doing well. They are doing well. So don't take it. What we need is where your antecedent. You manage a business good. You have worked in an office. You didn't embezzle. You retire as a clean person. You are good to be a leader of a country because you have a good antecedent. It's not necessary you become. Many of these people who are claiming I have experience of governorship. How many of them can actually come out and say that what they did here worth emulating?
Okay.
How many of the senators can come out and defend themselves?
Nigeria deserves a radical leader who gets there and cuts out the head of nonsense.
In the context of,
when I mean the head of nonsense, there is no diplomacy needed. You know the sponsors of insecurity, you cut them out. You know those who are corrupt, who have taken government's money, you aggressively go after them. Let's just say you have only 4 years to do what you have to do. Contracts that have been given, money is given out for contracts. You call those who are the contractors to question, why has this job not been done? That kind of radicalism in the system that will not tolerate mediocrity. You will not look at a certain region because of their population. You need them for your next election. You keep quiet. You see, you're saying that kind of radicalism at this stage that Nigeria has become is not needed just because somebody has not become a governor or a local government chairman or something before.
I've not judged that way. I said somebody can show a sense of being radical, but when you give that position, it may not be that radicalism that we need, and it may not be that person may not be.
How do you know when you haven't tried it?
That's why I said I cannot vouch for Showore because I have not seen him being the president or governor or council or councillor or chairman.
You're saying his antecedents should speak for him.
Somebody can, be showing radicalism, and when you give him that position, you will see him doing opposite. Okay, let me give you an example. We say youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Let us give the youth chance. When governor of Kogi State was given chance, what happened? You see how he messed up that? How many billions of naira that happened? Even this Amaechi we are talking about, when Amaechi was a governor, there was no state of assembly, there was no judiciary. This is a youth too. And look at Wike. These are the people, if somebody Wike that told the whole world I cannot deny PDP, and all of a sudden when money was greased into his palm or whatever. So people can show activism or Tony Mata coming here to talk blah blah blah. Give in Asorok. When he was there, he couldn't tell Nigerians the simple truth they needed. But outside the country, outside the governance, you will see him. So that's why when you are judging this, you don't judge based on activism. I will do this, I will do that. No, we look beyond
ladies
that.
And gentlemen, let's take your reactions. Calls are already coming in. The number to call is 08036929933, 08036929933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the program. So what's your name?
My name is Titus from Yaba.
Titus.
From Yaba, yeah.
From Yaba, all right, Titus. You remind me of Titus fish. Please go
I
ahead.
like
Happy New Year.
I wish you the same.
Right.
I like the situation people are having a very vibrant and educative topic.
Thank you.
You see, this country, we are so today, we need a radical somebody. I will change the narrative. You remember in 1991 when Obasanjo come, he used that kind of radicality, said things in a little way. Not a little way, even in a very good way, because Obasanjo is 8 years as a president. He's tolerated no nonsense. I don't know what he kills soldiers at Bayelsa State. He went there freeing these people. Zaki and dissenting. To tell you, a Nigerian soldier, what 1,000 civilians. It's not because he wicked to civilians. It was just trying to say that make the country a better place. We need a radical person to govern this country. To know what is nonsense. Talking about people don't look at people as very slow, and I don't want to go on another state. I'm better were calling him Eliza. They will call him Eliza. It doesn't mean anything. They want to start to walk. After the another state. All this nonsense that insecurity in another state. All those careless, those non-actors. He brought them down. Like when the upper work where they gather all those people, look how he set everywhere on upper work and not everywhere. He drove those people away from the street.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Let's take all the calls. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello, you're live. Hello, you're calling on WhatsApp. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello. All right, 080, please.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. My name is Amara.
Amara.
Yeah, Amara.
All right.
Yes. Nigerians think about how to get things. I mean, how to get governance right.
Okay.
It is the electorate that will get it right. Because all these leaders we are talking about come from among of us. Yes, they unite from us. They are Nigerians. Nobody isn't. I mean, the politicians that you see. None of them is a state, including Peter. I mean, is it not the same Peter that we had that he allowed the doctors strike to move for 13 months? Is that also? Or the same leader that they allowed that did not organize the local government election for 7 years.
But you know that it wasn't impeachment. You know that it was impeachment that stalled all of
and
that.
When he was reinstated,
so when he was all of that, you know, right?
You should get the narrative very well so that you can mislead people.
Yes, when he was reinstated, why did he not organize that same election? Why did he not organize it? He denied people for 7 years from emerging from their various constituencies, to become leaders like him. If he was not elected, like he was not elected, nobody would go to that because he denied a lot of local government. He could take up government chairman that should have been had from different communities, from different constituencies. He only appointed the caretaker people, administrators. He to those people, go into those local government, and those people are not accountable to the people. They are accountable to only to him. So everything that went done in that local government, only these and those people know about it, not the people.
But you know, caretaker committees in Lagos and other states, they had caretaker committees for a very long time.
I
cannot tell you that Peter B is not love. He even love them. I love him. But he's not a saint.
Nobody's portraying him as a saint. He's not a saint, obviously.
He's not a saint. He's not a saint. So he has his own flaws. He has his own flaws.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Nobody is. I'm not touting him as a saint. I don't trust politicians. I don't like them. They are never.
He said it. He's not a saint, but he's not a criminal.
Saint. So what I'm trying to say is, he made some assertions. Can you correct some of the things? Because I know that the impeachment, he was impeached twice.
What you are saying is not correct, sir. Because P2B was one of the governors. Go and check. That was about to conduct that election. That was one of the things they impeached him for, because most of making an umbrella refused it, and when he wanted to conduct it, that was one of those things that made them to impeach him. So, and even P2B conducted the election, local government election, before he left office. So please, the narrative is not correct.
All right. Hello. Good evening. Oh wow. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you speak up, please?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, from Ogun State.
Hello?
This is Emeka from Ogun State.
All right, Emeka, welcome to the program. Happy New Year.
Now, what I want to say, can we see that the hatred that they have against Igbos are now something, everybody can see? It's not something hidden. Even a child in the womb now can see it. Now, do we see it now? I want to ask a question. These people that have been in this one in Lagos Island. Now, how many numbers of non-Igbos were there? And why is it that when they are working to bring those people out, they are working and they going home without, changing duty? Why people are still there? And now, when the president came around and they even up to the same to the Lagos, did he get there or they are saying about that?
Are you referring to the GNI house that got burnt and the people that
because they are Igbos? So we can see the hatred they have against us in this nation, Nigeria. So what is holding this? I mean, how can they?
Okay, so Emeka is making an assertion that the Great Nigeria House building that got burnt, that they could not expedite rescuing those individuals because they are of the Southeast extraction. Do you believe so?
That was what the scenario they will always create. I'm not saying is true or false, but let us not make everything look like because because they are Igbos, that's why they didn't come. No, we know how government is inefficient in this country. We even, when you go to this fire service station, you will not see water there. Talk less of. So I don't Tony Mbata may not buy that idea because you know that government is not functioning. They are there to share the money.
So I'm going to do this, take call, take messages. So a couple of you don't complain that I take more calls than messages. Esther, one Nigeria is oil in the south, full stop. The hate for Igbos has grown so much, reason they ask for Biafra. I listened to Barrister Darlington during the news at 6 and all he said were true. World Cup in 2022, Yakubu Aigbeni missed a 2-yard open net, such that never happened anywhere, yet nobody called his head. Esther, peacefully, let's divide the land because marginalization and hate is so much. Terrorists are pardoned and taken selfies with, but Nnamdi Kanu was jailed for what? Omotosho from Isola. Okay, hold on. Good evening, Esther and your guest. The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But how do I love someone that wants to kill me and wipe away my race because of the religion I prefer? How do I love a neighbor that sympathizes with a terrorist that wants to decimate me because of my faith? Shame to everyone that is feeling this insecurity and preaching hate, all in the name of religion. This is James from K2 Mile 12. There's somebody's phone ringing there. Football, child, we are finished. Please read my message and God bless you. Bonsoir, Esther Wachiku. Bonsoir, Mr. Tony Bata. Bonsoir, Mr. Lawa Ekundaya. I am engineer Oje Kalu from Benin Republic. Yes, the Nigeria division started from during Buhari, and Tinubu was campaigned when they said nobody should vote for Omoibo. Then MC Oluomo with his brother Oba of Lagos said Igbo people are Biafrans, otherwise the president will fall in the lagoon. Also, Kwankwaso, other northerners said Igbo people cannot become president of Nigeria, therefore nobody should vote for them. Now the division has entered Nigerian football. Oh, I'm sorry. Now some pastors are saying Igbos are the problems of Nigeria. Still, Nigeria don't want Igbos to go. It's now Nigeria must. Okay, please, Esther Wachiku, please tell Ebonyi governor that Amangu Eda in Eda local government area of Ebonyi state, they are not happy and they're not in support of army depot in their lands that connected to Amasiri Afikpo local government. Okay. Good evening, Esther, Tony Bata, Mr. Ekundaya. I'm Chukwujeku from Lagos. The highest problem of Nigeria for now is from our president. He has the interests of this Nigeria at heart. He will not carry money with bullion van to his house. He will not buy private jet and private yacht with Nigerian money. He will not build all those houses with our money, and he will not be creating tribalism between all the tribes. And he will live in Nigeria to build Nigeria, not going outside the country to rest. I'm sorry that the tribalism is too much for now. Thank you, and God save Nigeria. Good evening. You see this message you read now, it will not be well with that person that sent it. They should not worry, Tinubu. Don't worry, Tinubu will soon leave there. Nigerians and Nigerian problem. Alright, okay. This person says, minority of the followers are bad. Minority of the followers are bad, while majority of the leaders are worse. There are different saying. 1, everything rises and falls on leadership. 2, when the head is sick, the body is sick, not vice versa. 3, when a good person is in power, the people rejoice. For example, Babatunde Fashola, former Lagos State Governor, introduced Kai, and during that time, Lagos State rules were kept by the people. Even Danfo drivers got their passengers not to throw their waste through the windows. Leadership is to be held responsible. Jingle bell. I can testify for Fashola.
It was Marwa.
Mr. Lawal.
It was Marwa that
what
introduced
is your
that
issue
thing.
with Fashola?
No,
I can testify for Fashola too. I follow people that did investigation on.
Let me not start before people will say that they gave me money.
It was Marwa that did that with this program.
Which
I say Fashola.
That started, yes.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Why?
Hello.
You've forgotten the why.
Speaking my call, Lester.
Good evening. Welcome, sir.
I'm
What's your
not
name?
an Easterner. My name is Pastor Mike.
Pastor Mike, calling from where,
I'm a
sir?
bit from Sashi area.
All right, sir. Welcome.
I'm a bit elderly. At least I've heard so much about leadership.
All right.
We want a prudent leader to rule this country. Somebody who doesn't like bribery or embezzlement. Okay? I'm not an evil man, but from what I've heard of Obi, no governor can stand him in prudency. If you want Nigeria to be correct by this country, you will just by this nation. You people are too sentimental. All these corrupt senators and all our rulers, these people are not fit. In fact, they will pay for it when they die. We need a prudent man. Obi is the only governor who doesn't collect any of this their retirement and whatever you call it in the whole nation. People is still collecting. Obi never collected. So when we're talking of a leader, that is a leader that we can trust. Please, from north to south, east to west, give Obi a chance. Nigeria will change. Please, all this debate you are talking about.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for calling. Hello. Good evening.
Hey, baby.
Good evening. Welcome. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello.
Yes,
Turn down the volume of your radio.
okay.
Yeah.
How are you there?
I did. Welcome.
Hello.
I can hear you. I did. Welcome. Go ahead. Introduce yourself and speak.
Barrister Darrington.
Huh?
I like this Barrister Darrington there.
Oh, guy, you're not following this program. Oh.
Barrister is not
Where you
here.
hear Barrister Darlings, don't make his head to
Okay,
swell.
please,
Now. He's
I
not here.
beg, our president, is he alive?
He's alive.
Okay, let them show also.
They showed you picture now in Abu Dhabi. You didn't see the picture.
make it be saying na him be go. You dey hear me so?
I dey hear you. I said then show us video in Abu Dhabi.
You say?
We see video in Abu Dhabi when he was climbing the staircase to shake one of the sheikh's hand.
So if he come out, if he dey arrive, make them show us and make it be saying na him go then show us. Then let Peter Obi enter there immediately.
Enter
office. Let Peter Obi enter office immediately.
Okay. I don't hear you.
Delay. No delay.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, this is Martins from Agro.
Martins from Agro, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Kundaya.
Good evening,
Mr. Mbata.
Good evening, sir.
Without wasting much time, the truth of the matter is that everything that is happening to Nigeria as a nation lies on leadership. Completely leadership. Leadership is what turns every nation around, nothing more than that. I was physically present in Lagos during Idiabo Buhari reign.
Yes.
I saw how people comported themselves because a disciplined man was at the helm of that.
Yes.
That you cannot throw away sweet wrapper from a vehicle. I saw it in Lagos. I saw when people are queuing, even when there are nobody to enforce it. It's all about leadership. And secondly, people who are saying Obi is not a saint. Obi never said he's a saint. But we know that at least the major percentage of his being is rich good rulership and have that human heart. That is what we need as a leader. It's not people will die and they don't care, they'll be trotting everywhere and they don't care. That's not what we need. Thirdly, Obi is not corrupt. There is nothing corrupt about him. You look at his dressing, you look at the way of its moderation in everything he does. Money is not the first thing Obi put, ahead of any other thing. Check his profile, check what he has done. All these blah 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 people are saying. For now, the only credible candidate that are visible in this political terrain we are in this time is Obi. Short and simple. God bless you.
Okay, thank you for calling. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Esther Wachuku Mazi from Germany. Good
Mazi,
evening, the gentlemen in the studio.
Good evening, sir.
Happy New Year, Mazi.
Yeah, I think you can hear me very well.
Yes.
Our president, President Tinubu, left Nigeria on 28th of last year, December, sorry. And today is 16th. And this man has not gone back to Nigeria. A president of a country, we're talking about 3 weeks, and nobody knows exactly what he's doing outside Nigeria. There is no press, there is no activity, nobody knows exactly what this man is doing outside his country. The first in history that the president left his country on New Year Eve, left his country and has not returned. And the people don't know exactly what he's doing outside a country. And I'm hearing today that the vice is also living again, leaving Nigeria again. So who is now in charge of the country? Who? Why are we like this, black people? Why do we do like this? This is abnormal. This is absurdity. It can never happen anywhere. Esther, could you know how much it costs Nigeria to entertain sustain the president outside the country for 3 weeks. He's there with his cook, he's there with his media, he's there with his aides, he's there with some ministers. And we talk about no money in Nigeria. We borrow money, and look at how these people are wasting the little one, the little one Nigerians, have. They are wasting it on Western countries. France has everything. The French people, they get 1,200 euros every French person that has no job, receive 1,400 euros. Every child that is born in France receives 300 euros every day from that day 1 to 21. Till that child becomes 21 years. Everything is running. The pensioners are getting their money intact. The least a French pensioner gets is 1,500. Check it. And this man, all of them carrying the money for Nigeria and spending it in the same France or anywhere they are. Finally, show me, or what you call it, say that people be bigotry and everything, and you guys didn't understand what he was trying to tell you. He was trying to tell us it was people that brought bigotry in last election, not otherwise. He said it there, but you didn't pick it very well, what he was trying to say. And finally, Soludo should please. He has a young child, the son. Also nice, I think still under 30 years. That guy can also be a soldier. He can also enroll in the military or in the police. Thank you, and God bless you from here.
All right, thank you, Mazi from Germany. Yes, I think I heard when Shomi said that that was something that was introduced.
People that he couldn't contain
his supporters who he now made it seem as if they were the ones who introduced.
They always open their mouth and talk to obedience will surprise them again.
Anyway, Esther, good evening, and your guest in the studio. Even if the president is in the office or the country, what difference is it to us? There's a difference, sir. There's a major difference. He's your president.
People don't understand.
Good evening, Esther Wachuko, Mr. Kundaya, Tony Mbata, and the listeners. There is no nation in the world where ethnic loyalty and tribal bigotry leads to nation building, but national loyalty and patriotism. Okay. Speaking about jobs in civil service, replacement is what's now being practiced now rather than recruitment. Party loyalists are given slots by politicians rather than meritocracy in then recruiting process. Mr. Akunda is speaking about UCH. I attended a world conference some years back where a former Minister of Health in Singapore told us that he studied an aspect of medicine as an undergraduate at Nigeria's UCH, and that late President Yar'Adua traveled to his country in Singapore. Okay, architect Olalekan. All right, okay. I don't think you completed what you wanted to say, sir. Try and complete what you wanted to pass across, please.
That's a good information.
Yes, I would like to know. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Boyes,
UOPU crew. Yes, this is Boyes calling from Afromedia. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome. Good to hear your voice.
Well, I don't know if you are hearing me or not. Okay, so I want to say the truth must be told.
Okay.
Mr. President Tinubu, he never meant well. I am sorry to say, but that's just the bitter truth. He never meant well for this country. Otherwise, how can a president just leave the country just like that with the so-called tax, whatever, and he bent on it that it must go on, and his cohorts, they just went ahead with it. Have you seen where that one is done in this world? Where else can this happen? And since then, nobody has seen him. Nobody, his supporters, or what do you call them? They are just packaging him, telling us one story today, another one tomorrow. And I mean, this is the same president who told us that subsidy is gone. From that day, the day of inauguration, subsidy is gone. What are we gaining from that? Subsidy is gone. What are we gaining, for God's sake? Yeah? Truth be told, though, we're just sitting on a keg of gunpowder, yet to explode. The earlier we start reacting, but it's unfortunate. The same people, when we get up to condemn what they're doing, they will still send army, police to shoot us. Is that how it's done elsewhere? Please, I want your guest there. Is that how to run a country? And you still see some people, they will just pick up their phone and say, the president is doing fine. This, that. I mean, since I was born, I've never seen this kind of government. I've said it severally. I've not seen. I have not, honestly. Look at the way they just detribalize the whole country. Certain Igbos against the Yorubas, the Hausas, I mean, who does that and gets away with it? Please, let us be telling ourselves the truth. It is high time we start asking for electoral reform. No matter what they are doing now, hoodwinking people, luring people, coercing people to join APC. I mean, it is high time we say enough is enough. Even if they are going to kill all of us, let us resist it for the once.
All right, boys, and thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr.
Welcome. Malam Bello.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Alhamdulillah. God bless you.
Thank you.
Mr. Kundayo and Mbata.
Yes, it's good to hear your voice. Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, let me first of all comment on this. You know, I know Obi is one of the most very good person among the former leaders of this country, particularly former governors. Because I find out very much about Obi. I have never for once hear or see any bad comment from anybody from Anambra State against him and Nigeria as a whole against him. But I want to ask this question. I want Mr. Mbata to answer this question. Please, I'm sorry about this. Like you said that the best person now in the southeast to be that is qualified to be president now in southeast is His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. Are you now saying that apart from him, there is no anybody from the southeast that is qualified to be president now as we speak? And if there is none, is that not an insult to the whole southeast? For example.
Okay, please let me answer you. You didn't hear me correct. I said for now. I didn't say only southeast. I said the country, Nigeria for now. All the people parading, the whole country. I made that remark. Not only southeast, both the southwest, north. That for now, people parading themselves, Obi is more credible. And then I said, if Professor Yomi Oshibanjo, APC, gave him that ticket, I would have voted for Yomi Oshibanjo because I know he's also more credible, sir. It's not only southeast, both in the north. Show me the person, I will tell you the default of that person. Thank you.
All right, okay, thank you very much. Then, if Mrs. Isa is talking about she said something about Rwanda, how people are not talking negative words against each other. Yes, it's true. This is a developed country in Africa. If you look at Nigeria, for example, Nigeria will borrow money from financial monitoring monetary financial institution and share between senators and House of Representatives, including the president and vice. Sometimes to renovate the quarters that has been renovated already. But here in Rwanda, there's nothing like that. There's nothing. Whatsoever they borrow money for, that thing must be visible to the whole country. For example, my wife is sitting down behind me as I speak to you. When she have her face that I didn't say 1 naira.
Wow.
I didn't say, because when once you are paying tax here, whatsoever is so far you are paying tax, anything concerning the hospital here, you will not pay dime because you are paying tax. But in Nigeria, if you are paying tax, go to any, you can even pay for bed in Nigeria. That is number two. Here it's not like Nigeria. Then.
All right, thank you, Malam Bello. Thank you. Wow. Esther, good evening. I greet Mr. Akunda, Mr. Tony Mbata. I applied for recruitment into the Army and Navy 3 times. 3 times I was denied. Reason being, I don't have a powerful individual behind me. My daughter applied for medical assistance in Navy. She passed all the exercises, but her name was substituted with a northerner, taking the slot of Imo State. So Governor Chukwuma Soludo is not well informed of what he was talking about. On the whereabouts of the president, I blame France and Emmanuel Macron for allowing our president to treat Nigerians with scorn and disdain. thing. They won't accept such a thing in their country. Pascal Chimezi. Good evening, Esther. Your analysis. Have you people forgotten that the president told Nigerians that he will follow Buhari's legacy? That was what Buhari did during his tenure. Have you forgotten that Buhari was not talking to Nigerians when he travels? Go from Agodo, Abiz, Igondo. Is it Agodo? Is there any place like Agodo in Lagos or Igondo? Agodo, Agodo. All right, I don't know about that. Ugo, are you sure it was not? I've heard his people say it was a political statement, just to curry the favor of the Buhari followers or the Buhari loyalists. It's not like he meant it. What the president said by following the pattern of...
No, we have said it here. He is following it because they don't love this country. That's the issue.
Let me explain something to you. Presidential post is a political post. Have you forgotten? So any statement you make is political. So it's a political post. Governorship is a political post. Okay. So when anything you say is political. So don't say it's a political, as if politics is like you are just joking.
All right, good evening to you all. I'm Triple A from Ojo. Mr. Tony and Mr. Kundaya, do you know and ever read that this problem we're facing today was caused by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe when the great sage Chief Obafemi Awolowo and some erudite Nigerian scholars like Chief Anthony Enahoro told him that we will in the future face problem. He labeled them as troublemakers.
Yes, it was one who requested for, who agitated for the putting of that indivisible in the constitution.
Hello.
That nobody should separate.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, good evening. This is Chris from Okota.
Chris from Okota, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Tony Mbata and Mr. Kundayo.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, let's narrow down this thing to my state, Abia, for instance. You see, APC does not have anything good to offer to we Nigerians. Now, somebody like Ojus or Kano, somebody that should not be even talking in the political affairs, is there trying to galvanize people to fight against a good governance in the governance of Ales Oti. And you can see that is how APC is working around the clock in all the states, trying to destabilize unity and among Nigerians. Now, if you tell me there's nothing good I can say APC has brought to Nigeria. I'm sorry to say that this might be the last election we might experience in Nigeria. God help Nigeria.
Why?
Take care.
Hey,
Man, throw the bomb.
Esther, this is not a joking
it's not
matter.
the last election in Jesus' name.
Because INEC should do the needful.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome, sir. What's your name?
Hello, good evening.
I can hear you. What's your name? Hello.
I'm not hearing you, but
go ahead.
let
We
me
can hear
continue.
you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
This is Mr. Isaac calling.
Mr. Who?
You see, when we talk about Nigeria as a country, we are not matured enough to have a government, because so far those that we've had so far, the mentality they had is that slavery mentality. They want to subdue everybody under them. If you see, like when I went to this slave trade at Dagri, the people there that were taking us on tour, they made us to understand that when the white people they chain we and the blacks, the black, taking them, because there is one particular spot they call it land of no return. As we're taking the blacks away from that spot, do you know what our black people, what they told those white people, those Brazilian people that were carrying our slavery outside? They told them that there is one well they showed us, that water, you need to poison that water, so that when they poison that water, is that last water they will give them to drink. And one fruits on the floor there, we saw I even ate the fruit, that once they drink that water, they will be, in fact, they will not get themselves till they get on board down to their destination. Because by so doing, that drug they put inside that water will make them do not be active mentally. Because if they didn't poison that water, once they are on board, they can lose guard and maybe try to make their way out of that ship. So that's to show you that we blacks, we hate ourselves. We are the one that sold ourselves to these black people. So that's the same legacy our so called ruler, they are not leaders. We should not mistaken this. The leaders lead by example and they take it to a pathway. But these rulers that we have, they are using us like slave, and that's what they are bringing up to everybody. Now there is this statement that people always say. They say that social person, for example, I don't support whosoever is there. But you say Peter Obi is not until you become a governor, a minister, before you can be titled or thrown president.
Okay.
Those that have tested government, governor, senator, whatsoever, and they are there, what is their impact to people?
Okay.
So let's not have this mentality that you must secure a particular state because before you know how to govern.
Thank you very much. Hello, turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello.
I've done that. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Welcome, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, Mr. Kunda. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
That's a number, sir. I greet you.
Good evening.
This is my Zakaja. I'm calling from Okota.
Okay.
Esther, please, I want to ask you, who introduced the Atiku bigotry in this country? Yeah?
No.
In 2023, a traditional ruler, or before they said if some ethnic of this country did not vote for a particular party, they will be into 22 Nalagoon. Did anybody do anything about it? When they said if you know you will not vote for APC, Mama Chukwudi.
Yeah,
If you know you will not vote for APC, don't come out. Did anybody you see any arrest? Yeah? Now they are not saying that the people of these supporters are doing ethnic bigotry. Yeah? It's right that we tell ourselves the truth. Then I want to come for a solution. Please, I want to ask Tinubu, can any of his child or any of his siblings sustain after 15 years in the military, sustain with 100,000 naira a month? Who has a family after 15 years in the military? Can anybody sustain with that? I want to ask this question because he's just talking blah blah blah. You don't want to say tell us what you want to hear. Yeah? Now in the military, he's not blaming Hebrews. When you see your brother or your sister doing well in the business, when you are there wasting your time, how can you be encouraged to join the military? It's not possible now. Let us tell ourselves the truth. They should stop all these so-called Igbo leaders to stop selling Igbos. To do the right thing. That's my submission this evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, VOP. This is the reason why we're not moving forward in this country. We love supporting evil. We need to stop this for the good of the country. Our president keeps traveling off on how many times Ghana president travels. Esther, greeters. The Nigerian president Tinubu was not employed by anybody. He can work as he wishes unquestionably. All right. Okay. This is from Udom. He says, it amazes me always hearing analysts speak louder for the masses while in a given opportunity to serve in government reverse is the case. Good evening, Esther, your analyst. The Bible has said a kingdom divided against itself shall be ruined. This is exactly the case with Nigeria. We're divided against ourselves and this is leading to our ruin. I blame we Nigerians for allowing the seed, the colonial masters to divide and rule to germinate. This is the genesis of our problem. As for Governor Soludo, let his son enroll for the military first. Thank you for the good work and your analysis your analysts are doing. This is from Nonso. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Mbata, Mr. Lawal. In 1976 to 1980, in my school somewhere around Abulegba, we do have Indians and foreigners as our teachers then. In fact, there was once a country. Father A. Jibodu from Abulegba. Good evening, Esther. Please help me tell Mr. Tony to stop calling the heartless people leaders. They're not leaders. Please call them rulers. That's what they are. Progress from Isola. Good evening, Esther and our dear friends. I will not support Chiwere because he was against President Donald Trump's strikes. Really? That's the only reason? And criticize the president's actions. So I strongly believe if power is given to him, he'll be compromised. Thank you, Johnson, Mushin Lagos. Seriously, Johnson, is that all? I think he's entitled to feel in a sort of way about Trump, all right? And I think a couple of persons too also felt the way he felt.
He's talking about the strike, not about the Trump.
He's saying that Chiwere never supported Trump strike in Sokoto. Yes, and I said, is that the only reason why you wouldn't support him? Because you think. But anyways, everyone is entitled to their. Good day, everyone in the studio. Shakanade from Alabama. I was born in a country where love is far from the people's mind. Struggle for vanity. The people are at loggerheads, divided. No one of them have peace in their heart. I say sorry to my soul for being here. What a pity to behold the untold dark story. It's yet to be clear in my eyes. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Chester.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, my phone went off.
Oh, Malambel, you're calling back.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
continue.
Thank you very much. So I am talking about the Atiku.
Okay.
I am talking about his son deferred to APC before my phone off. So, you know, his defection to APC has nothing to offer APC. You know, Abba Abubakar has never contested for any elected position in Adamawa State before.
Okay.
You know, he's just a commissioner under APC government in Adamawa State. So there's no how he can win Adamawa State for APC. And I think Abubakar Adamawa has never lost Adamawa State since he has been contested for president.
Okay.
He has never lost Adamawa State. So if the day of election, Atiku Abubakar's son cannot go to where he will cast his vote within APC member. He will go there only him. And if he goes there only him, it's only God and him that knows who he gives his vote to. And I believe strongly that if he goes there, he will cast his vote for his father. Then that is number one. But I am begging His Excellency, former governor of Anambra State, because what we are facing today in this country, I see if man, according to Islam, man doesn't wear hijab. If man used to wear hijab as a Muslim, I supposed to wear hijab also to cover shame, because I voted for this government. I voted for them, but I never knew that it was the worst mistake I've ever made in my life. So, His Excellency Obi and Atiku Abubakar, they contributed also that most of us in Nigeria, we are blaming them today, because if both of them united together before 2023 general election, if you join 7 million votes and 6 million votes, there's no how you can manipulate 14 in the place of 8. So they should please, if it is obvious that went there primary, let all of us Nigeria united behind him. And if it is Adama Atiku Abubakar that win the primary, let all of, because we cannot continue like this. This is a country that belongs to every one of us. But one person wants to turn it to his personal. This is nonsense. I have never seen this. I've been to Cameroon. We are talking about Paul Biya. Paul Biya, you go to Cameroon, it's even, they care about the citizen than even Nigeria. I've been to Niger. Go to Niger, they care about the citizen than our own country. I don't know what is wrong. This very particular government is. I don't know how to describe it.
All right,
let's come together and make sure we put them out before 12 o'clock. Come 2027, we shut down. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. This person says, good evening. You can confidence for someone Anambra different from Nigeria. The way you govern states is not the way you govern Nigeria. Do you know that? Don't take Mr. Peter Obi like God. If Obi good, what about people that they will work with him that will sabotage his efforts? Olajide, all right, Mr. Olajide, well done. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Lawal Kandaya, Mr. Tony Bata. Please, can you forward to me the write-up you read out during your introduction? It's very interesting and educating. All right, I'll forward it to you. Esther, Rotimi Amaechi has the financial muscles to clinch ADC ticket, but that will be a suicide for ADC because he doesn't have a grassroots support and base. Tell me the state that Amaechi can beat his chest that he can win in 2027. As for Soludo, he is lying on air. He said that Igbos don't have officers in the police and military. Was it not in this country when Tinubu denied Frank Mba the opportunity of becoming the IG of police? Soludo is just doing everything to please Tinubu and APC. He's eyeing a VP slot in 2031. And I bet you that after they might have finished using him, they will remind him the region he comes from. He should ask Ojos or Kalu how market. Casey from Ijesha. The problem is still there. Been trying to call you guys. All I'm asking... Good afternoon, VOP. Okay, so somebody has been saying they're having issues hearing us. Where, please, from where? You guys in Ewekore in Ogun State. Ewekore in Ogun State for 3 weeks now. It is 90.5 that is interrupting the signal. Okay. Are we even supposed to be reaching Ogun State? Hey.
Ewekore is far.
It's far. Oh.
So for you to reach that place.
You just said we never cross boundary. Like, I think I'm not so, and I think the 90.5 is a station in their state. Sir, you can join us on YouTube. Maybe no vex, because to be honest with you, that place is far. For the signal to reach there itself that you've been listening, I try you. You try you.
The engineers will do something.
No, but there's a bound. There's how they do the boundary thing. Even NBC itself will not even allow it to cross Lagos. So for you to be even reaching there, maybe that's the correction they even made.
You've been reaching Ogun State, you don't know. All this Songo is Ogun State now. People have been calling from there now. From
Ogun State, yeah.
So
okay, sorry, no vex. I have a lot to say, but I don't know where to start. Okay, Mabino. Sorry. This person says, if President Tinubu can govern Nigerians from anywhere and stays as long as he wants, maybe presidential candidate from diaspora should be allowed coming 2027. Joe from Ebe. Good evening, Sister Esther, a wonderful guest with you there. My small question is that if children that have father and mother, when the mother is coming back from the market or somewhere, she must buy something for the children. But when their father is coming back, he will come with empty hands. Who amongst them will the children love most? God bless you. Happy weekend. Hello, good evening. How are you? Turn down the volume of your radio. Hello.
Okay. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. I know you want to hear me, but go ahead. We can hear you.
Guest over there.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, can you?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We can hear you. He's calling on WhatsApp.
Let me go on. I know you can hear me. First.
Hello.
I want to speak
fast, speak
about the hello.
Yeah, speak fast. No vex. Sorry. Hello. If you're calling on WhatsApp, make sure that people will not be disturbing you, because any call that comes in will interrupt your call on WhatsApp. All right. Good evening, all well. Wachuku. Activists don't make good leadership. Remember Tai Sholari. Okay, when people say football unite Nigerians, I take it as them trying to pacify themselves with a false reality. What that unscrupulous character tweeted, it's one amongst many tweets from different people and tribe. Check posts of any news outlets and see how the major tribes are quick to tag and insult each other at every bad news headline. The youth have inherited hatred and they carry it desperately in their heart. In fact, people are desperate to see names of a tribe they hate under any bad story so they can contribute their own share of vile and hate comments. Leadership is bad because followers are terrible. The so-called leaders don't fall from the sky. They are the same divisive society. Has Nigeria ever been... Okay. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening, Lady Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is Shara, calling from the brother.
How are you?
I'm good. I great understand that.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, quick one, because I know we are running out of time.
Yeah.
You asked a question at the beginning. We were asking if Nigerians are ready for a change. Nigerians want a change, but they are not ready. You know, just like you're playing in the Bible. I remember what Esther said when Mordecai told him to go for the interest of the Israelites. I remember the statement that she made. He said, if I perish, I perish. So, you know, the truth of the matter is that the leaders who have been having for some time, most of them are just businessmen and they are not nationalists, especially under this present government. You understand? They just care for themselves. So, and that is why you see this. Obi, you understand, is being supported by the grassroots, yes. But if you go to the north, I think these northern blocks, I'm suspecting that they will not support him. The grassroots in the north may want to, but the religious factor is there. That is what they use to subdue those ones in the north. Then here is the factor. You know, we have Southwesterners that are enlightened. Many of us voted Obi. If not for many of us Yorubas, Obi cannot win Lagos. You understand? So that's here. I don't see any credible people. The only credible is not likely to come in. I pray that Hotel Rwanda will not happen in Nigeria unless something divine happens. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shola, for calling. Esther, there is Agodo Egbe at Ikotun, Lagos. Tunde from Ijegun. Thank you, Tunde. Obedoji, yes, Esther, Agodo is in the Egbe area of Lagos. Is it Egbe or Egbe? Egbe. All right. Yes, Esther. Agodo in Egbe area of Lagos, close to Idimo Ikotun access in Alimosha local government area. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening, ma. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Kundayo and
good evening, ma.
Mr. Tony Mbaka.
Good evening.
Now, well done. I can't hear you, but I guess you are hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that Soludo, based on what he's saying, please, Soludo has a son. Even the children, all of them, they should go and join army. At least let them join army to start with. Then he himself, all those things he's doing, trying to do everything, at the end of the day, he will be disappointed and shame will be his own. As for Atiku and Obi can never deputize Atiku. My name is Favor, I'm calling from Ojo. Obi can never deputize Atiku. As for Atiku winning the primary ticket, no problem, Obi will support him. All of us will support him. But if it's for Obi to be his vice, I don't want. It's better Obi stay aside. Let Atiku rule than him being deputy. Deputy in Nigeria is like nobody. So let him not rule let him not destroy his political ambition. Because if Atiku did not do well, they will tag both of them the same. So that is why we don't want him to deputize him. But for supporting, if Atiku win primary, it's no problem. We will do that. Right. Thank you. That's what I said. Let me talk.
Favor. Thank you for calling. All right. We need to take one final call. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome. How are you?
Yeah, this is Martins from Agon.
Martins from Agon. Welcome. Please quickly go ahead. We need to wrap up.
All right. Just simply put, Nigerian leaders, or rather rulers, don't mean well. So the masses should try and leave all these tribal sentiments and all these religious things and look a way to remove this current APC, because APC from the time of Buhari till now, they never met well for Nigeria. The people, because when these issues are going on, we are saying tribe religion, but everybody is being affected, both in the market and even in the economy. Everybody is being affected. Let people bury this tribal bigotry and religious sentiment so that we can forge ahead.
Yeah.
Obi is the best candidate for now. I keep sounding it. Good night.
All right, good night. We need to close shop today. Okay, we need to close shop today. I had a very good reason for bringing up the conversation. I've always, anywhere I go, I always identify as a hard-working Nigerian, and I believe in the future of this country. Like I said, you cannot survive in this country and not be able to survive anywhere. Nigerians always stand out wherever they go. I'm talking about academics. Have you gone to the US? Go to the US, go to their schools. You see how Nigerians stand out. All these international exams that we write, the CLS and all of that stuff, you see how Nigerians passes. I even think sometimes these guys, the Europeans, are threatened. We study hard. Those people don't study the way we study. Like crazy. They don't study the way we study. Nigerians go there and become real estate agents. They own properties, they own businesses.
If Nigerians will pass the exams in this jam-packed environment, what about that place?
During this December, the number of Nigerians that came, right? A lot of them that came. You need to see the chains of businesses they had in the US. I'm not even talking about UK or whatever. UK is like normal. If you walk out and say, go see Nigeria. In the US, they had chains of businesses, real estates, small owners of microfinance banks, Nigerians. I know they lie for you, for real. And they are citizens of that country. And they're exceptional. Some of them are community leaders in some of the neighborhoods in the US. This Oblate season, this December, I came across a lot of them. So what I'm trying to say is that Nigerians are exceptional. And outside here, you need to see how united. I mean, there are WhatsApp platforms. If you're coming to the US for the very first time, or UK or any of them, there are WhatsApp platforms you join. They will tell you how to get to markets to buy native stuff or anything that you need. Why can't we experience the same thing here?
the demons that are ruling us will not allow that.
Wow.
The demons that call themselves president and governors and ministers.
Could make sense, Rara. Could make sense at all. Please, what's your final take, Mr. Lawal Kundaya?
My final take is that it's a prayer. I pray that God will touch the heart of Nigerians so that they begin to realize the truth, the right thing to do, and that they do the right thing. That's my prayer, because we need touching. We need divine touching to touch our heart and change our heart and make us do the right thing.
My own final take is that Governor Soludo should be a governor, not this is not the first time he's trying to paint his people as if they are the worst. Soludo,
he just said they should join, they should enlist.
Soludo should, like people said, let his children, he has grown-up children, to join the army and see what they are suffering. The other time he said that the insecurity are caused by us. And Soludo should be able to, most times Soludo talk, you ask yourself, is he the professor Soludo we are hearing about? He should come off. Let me tell you something, Esther, go and check. Go and check this.
He's not saying the truth.
He's not saying the truth, please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's TGIF, baby. I'm so happy. I'm gonna rest and cook better food tomorrow. I want to cook ufede tomorrow. So you guys have yourselves an amazing evening. I'll be seeing you on Sunday. Bye for now.